Hey everybody, this is a 40-minute feel-good yoga flow for hips and chest. If you're feeling particularly tight, I would recommend doing the 7-minute basic yoga warm-up, and I'll put the link for that below in the description. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoy. Begin in child's pose. Reach your hips back towards your heels. Extend your arms out in front and let your head rest on your mat. Close your eyes. As you begin to breathe in and out through your nose, notice how your stomach expands on your inhale and contracts on your exhale. Intend to make the inhale and exhale of equal length. And as you begin to tune into your breath, let go of any thoughts. Let your mind become totally clear and set an intention for your practice today. On your next inhale, lift your head, come up onto the fingertips, spider your fingers forward just a little bit more, and set your hips back towards your heels, coming into child's pose once again, trying to get as long as you can in your spine. Maybe even pressing into the hands and the forearms to open up the shoulders so you'll feel a little bit of a stretch in the armpits. With each exhale, begin to feel any stress or tension that you're holding onto just melt away. Take one deep breath in and out. And then on your next inhale, begin to rise up onto all fours. Knees are hip distance, knees directly underneath the hips, wrists, elbows, and shoulders in one long line. And on your next inhale, turn your hands so that your fingers are pointed towards your legs. Breathe into the forearms, spread the fingers and breathe into the wrists. And on your next inhale, begin to sit back, coming onto your heels, and then super slowly peeling up the hands, pausing wherever you need to. On your next inhale, lift the arms, hook the fingers, and take a nice stretch into the left side body. So you're bringing your arms up and overhead to the right, and then up and overhead to the left, breathing space and length between the ribs. On the next inhale, interlace the fingers behind the back, reach the heart forward, look up, and relax your shoulders away from your ears. Spine is really long even though it's curved. And on your next inhale, release and come into all fours. Curl your toes. Then sit back onto your heels, coming into child's pose with curled toes. Breathing down to the bottoms of the feet. Waking up the feet as you breathe. Letting go of any tension that you may feel in your body. On your next inhale, slowly come forward. Press into your toes, lift your hips, first downward facing dog of the day. Bend your right leg. Let your head go. Breathe into the back of the left leg, and then switch sides, bending your left leg, breathing into the back of the right leg. Continually pressing the mat away from you. Fingers are spread and you're plugged in. So the fingertips and the base of the fingers are glued to the mat. Not collapsing the weight on the outside of the wrists. On your next inhale, lift your head and look at your fingers. Make sure that they're spread as wide as they can. Make sure you're really pressing into the fingertips. So if someone came along and tried to lift your fingers, they wouldn't move because they're glued down to the mat. Let your head go now. No tension in the neck. Take the gaze towards the navel. Picture the body as an upside down letter V, the inner thighs spinning up towards the sky, hips reaching towards the sky, heels intending to come down to the mat, but don't worry if they don't get there. On the next inhale, spread the right toes, lift the right leg as high as you can. Bring the shoulders in line. The right armpit tends to lift up. Bring it in line with the left armpit. Bend the leg and begin to make small circles with your right knee. Spread your toes. We want the circles maybe a little bit bigger than a dinner plate. Move really slow with intention. On your next inhale, step your right foot to the front of the mat. Come onto your fingertips. Elongate the spine and bring the left knee down to the ground. As you inhale, intend to straighten the front leg. Lift the foot up, spread the toes, melt over the thigh. And as you inhale, press the hips forward. As you exhale, reach the hips back towards that left foot, extending the front leg, melting over the thigh. Inhale, come forward. So you're moving with your breath, linking breath with movement. Exhale, extend. Taking a deep breath in, coming forward. Then bring the hands to the hips. Press the hips forward. Magnetize the knees. Reach the chest towards the sky. Look up. Elongate the spine, elbows back behind you. No compression in the low back. Shoulders melting away from the ears. And as you inhale, lift the arms. As you exhale, press into the back leg to lift the knee up. High lunge. Inhale, left arm comes forward, right arm looks back. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Draw shoulder blades toward one another. Twist from the navel. Arms are really strong. As you windmill the arms, come back up. As you exhale, relax your shoulders away from your ears once again. As you inhale, hands come down to the mat, spread the fingers. Use your core strength to step back into plank pose. Elbows back behind you for chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Just so your feet and your hands are on the mat, lift your knees up off the mat. As you exhale, roll over the toes, downward facing dog. Step your feet up the mat a couple of inches to clarify your foundation. Shake your head. Press the mat away for long arms. Come back to your breath. And on your next inhale, lift your left leg, spread your left toes. Bring the left armpit in line with the right armpit. Then bend the left knee, open up the hip, breathe into the left hip flexor. Keep spreading the left toes, and when you're ready, begin making circles with your knee. So really going slowly, moving mindfully, seeing what's going on in the hip joint, noticing any areas of tension, noticing if one hip is more open than the other. When you're ready, step the left foot to the front of the mat. Come onto the fingertips, long spine, then bring the knee down. When you're ready, extend the front leg, spread the toes, melt over the thigh. Inhale, crawl forward. Press the hips forward. Exhale, reach the hips back, extend your leg. Lift the foot, spread the toes. Inhale, crawl forward, press the hips forward. Exhale, reach the hips back, extend the legs. Extend the left leg. On your next inhale, come forward. Press the hips forward. Extend. And when you're ready, come forward. Bring your hands to your hips. Elbows reach back behind you as you press your hips forward. Shoulders melting away from your ears. Reach your heart up to the sky. Gaze up. No compression in the low back. Spine is long. When you're ready, lift your arms. Press into the back leg and lift the knee off the mat. Hips are facing forward. Sit low. Make sure that left knee stays directly above the left ankle or slightly behind, but not in front of the ankle. When you're ready, right arm forward, left arm back. Spread your fingers, make your arms strong. Look out over your left shoulder. Draw shoulder blades toward one another. Twist from the navel. As you inhale, windmill the arms and rise up. Bring the hands down, spread the fingers. Use your core strength to step back for plank. Elbows straight back behind you for chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, roll over the toes, downward facing dog. Reach the hips up towards the sky. Intend for the heels to come down. Don't worry if they don't get there. Let your head hang heavy. Gaze towards your navel. Come back to your breath. Come back to your intention that you made at the beginning of the practice. Inhale onto the toes. Bend the knees. Hop forward. Rise for halfway lift. Hands can be on the shins if you're a little bit tight in the hamstrings. Exhale, forward fold. Micro bend in the knees if you're tight in the legs. As you inhale, rise up with a flat back. Exhale, hands to the heart. Relax shoulders away from your ears, broad collarbones. Feet together, knees together. Sit low, Utkatasana on your inhale. Squeeze your legs together, sit really low. Exhale, forward fold. Chin to shins. Inhale, halfway lift, fingers in line with the toes or hands to the shins. Exhale, plant the hands, step or jump back. Plank pose. On your next inhale, we'll roll to the knife edge of the right foot. Stack the feet, lift the left arm, take disconnected tree pose. So your foot isn't on your leg, but you're lifting, you're pressing, and on your next inhale, step your left foot to the front of the mat. Interlace your fingers behind your head. Lean back, reach your heart forward, long spine. Left knee directly above left ankle or slightly behind. As you inhale, come forward, plant the hands. Use your core strength to step back for plank pose. Chaturanga, then inhale for up dog. Exhale, roll over your toes, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Come back to your breath. As you inhale, rise onto your toes, bend your knees, hop or step to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Picture your hip joints over your ankles. As you inhale, feet together, knees together. Sit low, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, shoulders away from your ears. Inhale, rise to stand. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Tuck the tailbone, long spine. Exhale, forward fold, chin to shins. Inhale, halfway lift. Draw shoulder blades toward one another. Exhale, plant the hands into the mat, spread the fingers. Bend the knees, step or hop back. Plank pose. Inhale, roll onto the knife edge of the left foot. Stack the feet, lift the right arm. Lift the right leg, disconnected tree pose. Lift the hips away from the mat. Spread the right toes, and on your next inhale, slower than you want to go, step your foot to the front of the mat with control. Rise up, interlace the fingers behind the head. Right knee directly above right ankle or slightly behind. Heart reaches forward, collarbones broad, elbows back away from your face. Sit low, breathe into the left hip flexor. As you inhale, come forward, hands come down, step back for plank. Lower down, chaturanga, all the way down onto your belly. Inhale, arms out in front, take a deep breath in. Exhale, lift the feet, lift the arms, spread the fingers, spread the toes, reach as high as you can, get as long as you can, no compression in your low back. Exhale, stack your arms, rest your head. Take a couple deep breaths in and out. And if any thoughts have come to you, just let them go without giving them any energy. Come back to your intention. As you inhale, bring your hands to your side, spread your fingers, elbows straight back behind you. When you're ready, press into your hands, use your back body strength, and lift up for cobra. Exhale, come forward. Bend both knees, reach the feet towards the head as you begin to straighten the arms and reach your head back towards your feet. And then when you're ready, come into wide leg child's pose with the toes curled. Just scanning the body, noticing how you're feeling, maybe how you feel differently compared to when you first started. As you inhale, come forward for plank pose. As you exhale, take downward facing dog. Reach your hips to the sky. On your next inhale, bend the knees, hop forward, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, hips over ankles. Reach your chin towards your shins. Micro bend in the knees if you need it. As you inhale, rise all the way up with a flat back. Exhale, hands to the heart, shoulders away from your ears. We're going to come into a balancing sequence. So when you're ready, find your dristi, a place in front of you that's eye level. Lift your right foot and we're going to put it into the hip crease of the left leg. So I'm just going to turn so you can see. Bring the right hand to your heart. Maybe the left hand comes too. If the left hand can't come with the foot staying where it is, keep your left hand on your right foot and just stay there for now. Otherwise, hinge at the hips and come forward with a little micro bend in the left leg. Keep your gaze on the floor but out in front. Maybe stay there, or maybe you're ready to reach back behind you with your right hand and grab hold of the right toes. If you're ready, you can come into a forward fold from there. Try to keep the shoulders in line. Breathe. And when you're ready, come out the same way you went in. Little micro bend in the knee. Find your balance. Come up. If you've been staying in this position the whole time, you can just take your foot down and then shake it out. We're going to take it to the other side. So when you're ready, look out in front, eye level. Lift the left leg, place the foot into the hip crease. So the hip crease is just the place where your leg and your torso meet. Maybe stay there, or maybe both hands come together to the heart. If that's the case, collarbones are broad. You might find that one side is tighter than the other. You want to keep subtly encouraging the knees to come in line. They likely won't come in line with each other, but you want to keep that intention. When you're ready, hinge from the hips or stay where you are. Reach back behind you. Grab hold of the toes, maybe or maybe not. No judgment. If you fall, if you can't do it, just let it go, because eventually it will come when you practice more and more. When you're ready to release, take both fingers to the ground. Look out in front, bend the leg, reach up, and release. Shake it out. Shake your legs, shake your arms, let it all go. On your next inhale, lift your arms. Exhale, shoulders into the body, and we'll take the right elbow into the side. Lift your right leg. Spread the toes. And grab hold of the foot from the inside arch. This is Nadarajasana, dancer's pose. Bring both knees together. Feel an upward lifting motion. And when you're ready, reach your heart forward and your back leg up. You want to keep the left quadricep engaged, so lift the left kneecap. Try not to hyperextend. If you want to take it a step further, you can grab hold of the toes and come into full dancer's pose. You want to think about the chest being open, shoulders being open, breathing into the hamstring, the hip flexor, making sure the back is very long. No compression. When you're ready to release, come out as gracefully as you went in, or intend to, and then just shake it off. We'll take it to the other side. As you inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, shoulders away from the ears. Bring the left elbow into the side. I'll just turn so you can see better. And then pick the left foot up. Your dristi is eye level, straight out in front of you. Grab hold of the foot from the inside arch, spread the toes. When you're ready, reach forward. You want to keep a lifting motion throughout the whole body. So lift the kneecap, activate the right leg, and stay where you are, or come into full dancer's pose by grabbing hold of the toes, lifting the elbow up to the sky, and picturing the spine really long, trying not to compress anywhere in the low back. When you're ready to release, Try to come out as gracefully as you went in, then just shake it out. Take both feet together. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Come back to your breath, come back to your center. And when you're ready, begin to lift the right leg. Interlace your fingers out in front of you and hook your fingers underneath your foot, center of the foot. You may just need to stay here. Maybe that's enough for you. Or see what happens when you extend the leg. If you can extend all the way down, then you can think about bringing the head down towards the knee. If it's not happening for you, just keep working wherever you are and let that be enough without being judgmental on yourself. When you're ready, micro bend in the left knee and then release the leg. Shake it out. We'll take it to the other side. Begin to lift up your left foot, spread the left toes. Use your core strength to get your leg up. Then interlace your fingers. Hook the fingers underneath the foot. And see what happens if you extend. Try to extend all the way before bringing your head down towards your leg. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Breathe into your low back, breathe into the hip, breathe into the back of the left leg. Keep a lifting motion in the right leg. Then when you're ready, micro bend in the leg, right leg that is, and then release the pose. Shake it out. Shake your arms, shake your legs, shake everything, let it go. Then bring the feet together. And as you inhale, lift the arms. As you exhale, dive forward, fingers in line with the toes. Bend your knees if you have to. Forward fold, hips over ankles. As you inhale, halfway lift, draw shoulder blades toward one another. Look out in front. Exhale, plant the hands. Spread the fingers, press into the mat, bend your knees, and hop or step back for plank. Lower down in chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. As you exhale, roll over the toes for downward facing dog. Last one of the day, so make it your best one. Second to last one. Kidding. As you inhale, lift the right leg, spread the right toes. We're coming into pigeon pose. When you're ready, bend the knee, bring the shin to the front of the mat. And then sit up. Roll your shoulders away from you. Puff the chest out. Imagine your spine very long. And then look back behind you and make sure that your foot is straight back behind because sometimes it tends to splay out. Hips are forward. And the right knee does not need to be 90 degrees. Do whatever you can do so long as your hips are facing forward. That's the most important. So stay there, or maybe you want to play with a variation. Maybe the hands come to the heart, maybe your arms lift up and your shoulders relax away from your ears. Wherever you are, the chest is puffed out, your gaze is up. Maybe you want to bend the back leg. Maybe you want to grab hold of the foot and reach one arm up to the sky. Maybe you want to try a mermaid pose where you bring the foot into the elbow crease and then grab hold. Or maybe you're just staying in the beginner's variation, which is totally fine. There's always space to grow. When you're ready, come forward, resting your head maybe on your forearms or maybe on the mat, or maybe your head is lifted and your hands are on the ground or your forearms are on the ground. Doesn't really matter where you are. You just want to breathe now into your hips, the backs of the hips, particularly the right hip. Intend for your hips to be even here. So if you have to, maybe reach back with one hand and feel that your hips are even. With each exhale, see if you can let something go. Let there be no effort involved in this pose. Send your breath to the space where you feel tension. Scan your body from your fingers to your shoulders to your hips. Let something go. When you're ready, walk your hands underneath your shoulders, curl your left toes, rise up into plank. Take chaturanga, go through your vinyasa We'll meet in what I believe will be the last downward dog of the day. Lift your hips up to the sky. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. On your next inhale, spread your left toes, lift the left leg as high as you can. As you exhale, super slowly, shoulders over wrists, bring the left shin to the front of the mat. Extend your right leg back behind you. Turn and be sure that the foot is straight behind you. Then puff the chest out, fingers underneath shoulders, elbows back behind you, and take your variation. So maybe you stay right here. Maybe both hands come to the heart, maybe they lift up. Just explore what works best for where you are in your practice right now and let that be enough. When you're ready, reach your arms out in front, coming into the second part of pigeon pose. You may notice that one side is tighter than the other, and it may take you a little bit longer to get into a space that feels really good. Just take your time, there's no rush. If I'm moving faster than you would like to go, just ignore me or press pause. Go at your own pace, move with your own breath. Scan your body from your head down to your toes. Focus in on where you're holding on to something you don't need anymore. And as you exhale, let that go. Find any tightness and send the breath there like a laser. Let your breath comb through your body, undoing any tightness that you feel. As you inhale, rise up, curl the right toes, use your core strength to lift, come into plank pose, then bring the knees down and come back into child's pose. Extend the arms out in front, let your head be heavy. Just notice how this child pose feels in comparison to the first one we started out with. On your next inhale, rise onto all fours, bring your knees over to the left side, and then turn so you're seated. Extend the arms out in front. Super slowly, we're going to make our way down onto our backs. Use your core strength, go slower than you want to go. And once you get there, invite the right knee in towards the chest and extend the left leg. From here, take the left hand to the top of the shin, cactus the right arm, and pull the leg up and over your body, looking out over your right shoulder. As you exhale, melt the right shoulder and the right knee down towards the ground, initiating the twist at the navel. As you inhale, come back to center. Extend the right leg and invite the left knee in towards the chest. Pull the leg in, breathe into the back of the left hip. Then when you're ready, take the right hand to the top of the shin, cactus the left arm, and pull the leg up and over your body, looking out over your left shoulder. With each exhale, see if you can melt your left shoulder and left knee down towards the ground. As you inhale, come back to center. As you exhale, extend the left leg. Inhale, bend the knees. Bring the hands to the tops of the knees. And then we're going to begin to make circles the size of dinner plates with the knees. Feeling a nice release in the low back as you rock from side to side. When you're ready, switch direction. And then come to stillness. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, peel the upper back off the mat, grab hold of the outside edges of the feet. Then open up the knees, pulling the knees in towards the armpits. Feet are flat for happy baby. Option is stay here in stillness or rock side to side. From here, we're coming into Supta Gomukhasana. So we'll cross the right leg over the left. Inhale, lift the upper back. Grab hold of the ankles or the outside edges of the feet, whatever feels best for you. Activate your feet and then pull your legs in towards your chest. Breathing now into the IT band, feeling a good release in the hips. When you're ready, release. Unravel the legs, cross the other side, grab hold of the ankles or the outside edges of the feet. Activate your feet and then pull the legs in towards your body. And you may find that one side is tighter than the other, so you might not be able to pull in as easily. That's okay. Just stay wherever you are, finding your edge. So that's the place between the known and the unknown, and always being within a pain-free range. When you're ready, release the pose. Spread the legs mat distance. Open up the arms a bit. Turn the palms up to the sky and close your eyes. Take a deep breath into your stomach. As you exhale, let go of everything. Let go of your breath and begin to breathe naturally. Let your eyes sink into the sockets. Let your eyelids be really heavy. Close your mouth but part your teeth. And let your body absorb all the good things you just did in final Shavasana here. On your next inhale, begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Then bend your left leg and right arm and roll over to your right side, cradling your head in your arm. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, press into your left hand to lift up into a comfortable seated position. Bring your hands to your heart. Keep your eyes closed. Just take a moment to acknowledge your practice. Acknowledge your commitment to practice yoga today. Notice the sense of peace you feel, and note that it has the power to carry you throughout the rest of your day. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Namaste.